access. CNN News 18 has access that intruder's pass. The people who use that pass that Arunima was telling us the procedure about, and pass is in the name of Sagar Sharma. Getting us this exclusive bit information is my colleague Payal Mehta, who's joining us on the broadcast and getting us more details on this entire story. Payal, over to you. Tell us more.
Well, this is a pass which was made today. This is a visitor's pass that you can we are able to see. This is a pass that has been accessed, where it clearly says that the pass was made today, which is the 13th of December 2023, for Sagar Sharma. It's a pass on the top of the pass. You can see it says Lok Sabha Public Viewing Gallery. That means it was made for a public to come and see the gallery. Their access was only to the gallery, and most certainly what you see on the bottom left-hand corner is that the pass was issued by the Lok Sabha Secretariat after the pass request came in from Lok Sabha Member of Parliament from BJP, the Mysore MP Pratap Simha. His name is there on the pass, so that's the confirmation now coming in. Because remember earlier we were hearing about the fact that Pratap Simha possibly got the pass issued through his office, but there was no confirmation. But this is a confirmation. This is a pass on which the accused over there had entered the Parliament. What was the motive behind it? Because you remember, Anusha, like Arunima and I have been reporting that there are people who make passes for a lot of people within their constituency. Even as we are strolling right now in Parliament, we can see a lot of school children coming to the Parliament. Everybody wants to come and see the public come and visit the Parliament, witness the proceedings from public gathering, and there are MPs who make passes for the constituency. Whether or not Pratap Simha really knew the intent, or whether or not he in person knew that accused over there, what his intention.
Yes.
All of this will have to be a matter of investigation. But for now, the pass, of course, was made in the name of Pratap Simha. That's a confirmation.
All right, Pal. Thank you so much for putting that into perspective. Pallavi and Arunima continue to be with us on the broadcast. Pallavi, Arunima was briefly telling us about the procedure which is involved in obtaining a pass of this nature. Could you elaborate? And also, what are the kind of security checks which are followed? I believe that there is a multi-level security apparatus in place right before you enter the Parliament building.
Oh yes, absolutely, and it's got stricter and stricter and more stringent over a period of time. Now that I'm a little closer, I'll show you that this is actually where the visitors really go in from. So when they go in from here, okay, you're going to see those pictures. Ek minute ke liye. The visitors go in from here, they enter through this gate, and when they enter through this gate, you can see that big cabin over there. That is where first level of frisking takes place, which is where, you know, your bags or whatever is frisked over there. Then there's a physical frisking which takes place, which is pretty much similar to which we all go through when we go and take an inside the airport. And then you go to a main reception bench, and that is where again your picture is taken. The letter has to be shown to the staff on duty at the reception, and on the basis of that, there is one barcoded pass which is given, which Payal has put out, and that has to be scanned once again, and then you enter the premises of the Parliament building, which is like right behind me. That's the old Parliament building here. This is the new one which you can see just in front of me over here. The first is the Makar Dwar, which is of course where the MPs go in and ministers go in from, and then behind that is where the visitors go in from. So there are multiple levels of security. All of us have gone through it. For our media, the only leverage we have is that we are allowed to take our cell phones. Of course, not inside the visitors gallery, or not inside the media gallery. You keep your cell phones outside, but inside the main dome, you're not allowed to take your cell phones. But inside, despite not being an MP or a minister, we are allowed to take our cell phones inside. Visitors who come in are expected to deposit their bags, which means not even a letter can go in, not even a sheaf of paper can go in, leave alone water bottles. No matter how small you are, how old you are, you're told, you're explained. In fact, when you're entering the gallery, there are those staff which stand there. We explain to you the do's and don'ts. For example, Anusha, you're not allowed to speak to each other. If you go by the rule book, you're not allowed to speak to each other when you're sitting inside the gallery. You're not even allowed to sit cross-legged for some reason. You're supposed to show the respect to the chair. That's also one reason. And you know, you're allotted a time, maybe an hour or two, and then you're quietly told to come out. And every point where you are, there's a watch and ward staff which is actually walking round the chairs and the benches to see whether you are behaving with proper decorum. Therefore, despite anything, this will of course have to be seen as a huge security risk, given the fact that 2001, forget today's date of Parliament attack anniversary, since 2001, this is one lesson which has been learned. In fact, when you go inside the Parliament, there's one huge, there's a vehicle where you have a staff sitting inside it, and they have the state-of-the-art equipments, weapons with them. So that in a split of a second, and there are mock drills which are often down to ensure that no one is caught off guard. Today is a very clear instance of where they have been caught off guard. And just to give a bird's eye view of where we are standing, this is what is famously called the Transport Bhavan side. This is where the Parliament, all of us stand here, where people come in from that particular road, which is the Sansad Marg over here, to go up to this particular area. So that's a multiple level of security, and of course, not very surprisingly, it's all been beefed up over here.
All right, Pallavi, as you get us all those details, I also want to cut across to Yash. He is live with us from the Parliament Street Police Station. Yash, the details that you have.
Well, Anusha, as of now, first of all, I'll show you the visuals from this very place. Security has been beefed up entirely in this area. In fact, this is near the Parliament, so this entire lane is now being under heavy police deployment. Not only police deployment, but security personnel from CRPF have also been deployed over here. And in fact, I can tell you that those two who were detained from outside Transport Bhavan are being interrogated by the police teams inside this very police station. In fact, I also have with me Ananya, who's tracking some probe details when it comes to Delhi Police's probe in this case. Ananya, what is you picking up from the DCP of New Delhi? What details are emerging?
Well, definitely major details that have come out is that those two people have been identified who were actually caught outside the Parliament, who were creating ruckus outside the Parliament, and busted a colour bomb there, and they have been brought here at the Parliament Street Police Station. We showed our viewers. Apart from that, the other two people who were inside the Parliament, no identification as of now has been happening, but definitely Delhi Police's various teams, including that of the forensics team, have been sent towards the Parliament so as to forensic analysis can also be done when it comes to those chemicals that were being used in those colour bombs. So we'll have to wait, because these are very, very initial probe details that have emerged at this point of time. Though there is no kind of a linkages that have been drawn at this point of time, it is just as initial reports suggest, they are just protesters who had tried to create ruckus.
Ananya, what we are also understanding as of now is that what the sources are indicating that this is not at all a terror attack.